Copa del Rey Final in FC Barcelona. We take on Real Madrid in another cup final. We smashed them the last time 5-2. Raphinha went absolutely riot. And Lewandowski, he got to go to Lamine Yamal. Everybody, even Alejandro Balde chipped in. And the other time we played Real Madrid, it was a 4-0 beating at the Santiago Estadio Bernabeu. FC Barcelona, right now, we've been beating Real Madrid on aggregate 9-2. I've seen Barcelona celebrate 9 different times against Real Madrid in 2 games. It's really getting crazy. But this time, in a cup final, and let's stay a little bit humble. FC Barcelona, one more game. I know Hansi Flick, undefeated in cup finals. But this game, we got to win this game. Obviously, we're on for a treble, potentially. We're going to get into all the details. The lineup prediction, my score prediction at the end, what I think is actually going to happen, who's going to be the game changer, everything in this video. So stay till the end. And guys, like up this video. 15 likes is a target. And guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. 900 subs. We are on the road there. But let's get straight into it because I've already mentioned we have been very dominant in the past 2 games. But guys, make no mistake, this is a cup final. Anything can happen. And it's El Clásico as well. Form goes out the window. I remember in the 5-2 victory, FC Barcelona, we were coming off of pretty bad form to end 2024. But guys, this is how Real Madrid are feeling. Their season, it feels like it's dwindling. It feels like hope is fading away. But if they nick a trophy and stop FC Barcelona from reaching a treble, they're going to feel a little bit better. But let's actually start off with the opposition. Kylian Mbappe, his debut season. Vinicius Jr., Jude Bellingham, obviously Rodrigo also. They've tried to work it out with these big 4. They've tried to do it. And guys, in all honesty, I really feel like that Real Madrid, right? If I'm not trying to be biased, I think that they might be better next year. I don't think this year, they just haven't figured it out. For whatever reason, if it's Carlo Ancelotti, he's probably going to leave in the summer. They have not figured it out. And Real Madrid, they've just been scraping by the whole way. In LaLiga, technically, it is kind of competitive still. If I show you the screen, FC Barcelona are only leading by 4 points. So far, it looks like on paper, it is close, but you look at some of the details. The goal score, 89-66, right? The goal difference, 57-35. FC Barcelona have been the superior team. And guys, honestly, I feel like that Real Madrid, if they can somehow, some way win this game, whether it's a counterattack from Kylian Mbappe or Vinicius Jr., I think they will be very, very happy with the season because they haven't had a good year all year long. But if they can somehow salvage a Copa del Rey, stop FC Barcelona from winning a treble, of course, right? And also, I'm looking at the key injuries. Carlo Ancelotti, he just actually said that Camavinga will probably be missing the Clásico. Of course, Ferland Mendy probably will be missing the Clásico also. Of course, we already know Carvajal, Militao, they're injured. Kylian Mbappe, however, it looks like he will be back. It looks like Kylian Mbappe, probably if he's back, he'll probably be in the lineup for Real Madrid. We already know that. Alejandro Balde, Robert Lewandowski, they are the key 2 new injuries, the 2 recent injuries to FC Barcelona. Hansi Flick, he's going to have to somehow, some way deal with it because Real Madrid, once again, you're losing Balde. Now you've lost a guy, Rodrigo versus Gerard Martin. Guys, I'm not going to lie. I'm not liking that matchup. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Kylian Mbappe, we already know about Vinicius Jr., the speed they got on the break. And make no mistake about it, it's still one individual game. Real Madrid, do not write them off in one individual game. They can still somehow win this game. But let's talk about FC Barcelona. Let's talk about our team. Lamine Yamal, Raphinha. I feel like that these 2 players, it's simple. Your best players have to show up in the big games. And not only that, they really do because Robert Lewandowski is going to be out for this game. He is our talisman. Whether you rate him or not as a football player, it doesn't matter. The guy has scored 40 goals this season for FC Barcelona. No Robert Lewandowski means that Raphinha, Lamine Yamal, I feel like that they have to take the mantle. I think they have to take a large responsibility for scoring our goals. I think Raphinha, it's got to be his day. If we're going to win this cup, it's got to be one of those big games for Raphinha. We've seen against Bayern. We've seen against Real Madrid twice this season, against Atletico, against Benfica. It's got to be another game for Raphinha. But I do want to mention one guy that I think is going to be very, very crucial for the game. I think that Dani Olmo. I think it's time. Guys, you already know what I call Dani Olmo. I call Dani Olmo the glue. I think that Dani Olmo is a spectacular player. I think that he's underrated by FC Barcelona fans. This guy offers a lot to the team. Creativity. Not only that, the way that he drops in, and also he can score goals every now and then. And when I'm speaking about Dani Olmo, I think that honestly, it could be his breakthrough El Clásico. I really do. I think that this might be the moment that Dani Olmo gets his first El Clásico goal. You know, of course, he's had an injury-riddled season. But this time, I really think Dani Olmo, he got the goal in the last game, right, against Mallorca. I think Real Madrid, and I think he's heavily rested. I think Dani Olmo can make the difference for FC Barcelona. But if I was Hansi Flick, right, my favorite part about these previews, if I was Hansi Flick, this is the lineup that I would actually go for. I would go for Szczesny, of course, as the goalkeeper, right? He's been pretty solid for the most part for us. Cubarsí and Inigo. Overall, maybe I see Araujo later on in this game when it opens up inevitably. But Inigo Martinez and Cubarsí, they have the most chemistry and they've been our best defenders. Gerard Martin, he will be starting this game. He rested for the most part. He didn't start the game against Mallorca. Neither did Jules Koundé. Neither did Frankie de Jong. These guys will be playing out and they will be starting, in my opinion. Hansi Flick will be putting them out there. And guys, now let's talk about that front five, because Pedri is phenomenal. I think he's going to have an excellent game. I hope that Lamine Yamal, right, Raphinha, Ferran, Dani Olmo, these guys can get on the end of his passes because he makes some really big chances just by himself, right? Dani Olmo, I've already mentioned, I think the way that he is in between the half spaces, how he finds space is going to be crucial to this game. Raphinha, Lamine Yamal, they have got to deliver. Enough said. And Ferran Torres, guys, I hope it's still shark season for at least the next 2 weeks because it's 2 big weeks for Ferran Torres to be starting over Robert Lewandowski. Hopefully, he's clinical, but man, I do want to mention this. Our high line will have to be on point. You know, Hansi Flick, he loves the high line. Against Real Madrid, he doesn't back down. He still plays the high line, and we need to see the Inigo Martinez, Cubarsí, Gerard Martin, Jules Koundé. These guys, they have to be intact. They have to have that chemistry for it to work fully. You know, you're not playing against some La Liga attacker. You're playing against Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius Jr. Guys, say what you want, but these are the best of the best that you're going to face as a Barcelona team, right? And that said, football, it is a simple game, guys. You prevent goals and you score goals. And I feel like that if we are clinical, obviously no Robert Lewandowski for Hansi Flick, but this time, if Lamine Yamal and Raphinha and Dani Olmo are clinical, I genuinely, and Ferran Torres, right, he's going to be starting, I genuinely think that FC Barcelona can win this game and outright. I really think that we have to. Of course, our schedule is tough. We're going to play Inter in a couple of days later on. But, man, I think that my score prediction, I will be going for 3-1 FC Barcelona. It could be more. I want to say 4-1, but I don't want to get too giddy. I don't want to be, saying too much. I want to stay humble, right? I'm going to go with a respectable 3-1. I think FC Barcelona is going to win, and I'm calling it. Dani Olmo is going to get his first goal. But, guys, who do you think is going to win this game? If you're a Barca fan, let me know down below. If you're a Real Madrid fan and you're still watching, right, let me know down below in the comment section below. I want to see what you guys are trying to say, right? Like up this video, and hopefully FC Barcelona can win a trophy, our second of the season potentially. And man, I hope we win. But guys, like up this video, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you on the next one. Peace, Visca Barca.